Hi, this is Stray Passer. Welcome to my review of The Flash, with no spoilers. Um, this movie is one of I guess it was my most anticipated movie of this year. I'm so looking forward to it. We know this is basically the last movie, although this ain't technically, it's supposed to be the last movie of the old DCEU, but Aquaman's still coming out in December, so it technically, you know how DC's all screwed up with the timing and all that stuff, all the changes and stuff. And remember, this movie went through a lot of a lot of directors, creative people behind the scenes and stuff. And so I think it's been what 7 years or whatever it's been uh, to get this movie out. And of course, Ezra Miller's all his private issues and stuff going on. But like I said, after seeing the trailers, I was determined to see this movie. And like I said, I went to see it with my brother. We were talked about it earlier and stuff. We were looking forward to, so I was glad to see this movie with my brother. And I have to say, I definitely enjoyed it a lot. Okay, this movie was a lot funnier than I thought it would be. Okay, it really made me, like it made me laugh a lot. And the audience I saw, it was a packed theater, and people were laughing and just really enjoying the movie. And I have to say, I did enjoy the movie a lot. Uh, is it a perfect movie? No. There's certain, due to the drama and the behind the scenes things, there's certain things that happened in the movie that I didn't like, but I'll talk about that in my spoilers review. Okay, there's certain characters in this movie that I could have lived without. Okay, let's put it that way. Okay, but other than that, Ezra Miller to me gives a great performance in this movie. He's essentially playing multiple characters, and he's really, really good in this. Okay, and it's still, again, I don't know, maybe it's because I've seen, the Flash TV show. I wasn't that familiar with the Flash as a comic book, growing up. I think I was more of a Marvel fan in terms of collecting comic books than a DC fan, and later it kind of switched later. But the whole Flash backstory with his mom wanting to save his mom and stuff, and and it just tugs at the heartstrings. Okay, and this movie again, Eddie Muschietti, I think he did a really good job in directing this movie. Again, like I said, this movie has a lot of good humor in this movie, a lot of great action. And the CGI, I think, in certain spots looks wonky, but overall, not enough to deter me from enjoying this movie. And I really liked it, and I would definitely recommend it. Go see this movie. And again, I saw it in AMC Prime Theater, which was really good. Nice reclining seats and all that stuff, and got to see nice audio coming from the back of your chair and all that stuff. And again, this movie was a lot funnier than I thought it was going to be, and it really entertained. It really entertained me because I thought, oh man, wait a minute, this movie is getting a little too silly, but it really was an entertaining movie to me. It really entertained me. Sure, like I said, there's spots in there that I know some people will probably think it's too silly, but overall, I think they did a really good job making an entertaining movie. Okay, and this to me, I guess, in a way, it's kind of a love letter in a way to the old DCEU in a way, in Snyderverse, and you'll know what I'm saying when you watch the movie. Okay, and again, Ezra Miller, I think, did a really good job. Sasha Calle as Supergirl. I really, like I said, I knew her from the soap opera that she was on, Young and the Restless. So I always knew her work, and I knew she was a good actress. And so when she got cast as the part, I definitely was happy for her. And I think she did a really good job in this movie. And of course, excuse me, Michael Keaton as Bruce Wayne slash Batman. Good to see him again uh, and see him in action. Okay, which is it was really good to see and enjoy. Okay, and also again, we got Ben Affleck, which we knew, everybody knew. Okay, and he said it in interviews that he thinks he finally got the character of Batman right in this movie, and I like what we got from Ben Affleck in this movie. It really made me kind of nostalgic and just put a smile on my face. His scenes in this movie, so I'm really happy for it. And also, what's her name, Kelsey Lemons, right, who's played Iris West in this movie. Glad she was in this movie. I think I would like to see her character in this movie more, but again, I'll talk about that when I talk about my spoilers review. Okay, but I thought she uh, did a good job and stuff in here, and I would again, like I said, I would because the uncertainty of the whole thing. We don't know if we're gonna get a Flash, and I'm assuming we'll get a Flash eventually in in James Gunn's universe, although we don't know if it's going to be Ezra Miller or if it's going to be somebody else. Okay, but I like, again, would I like to see Ezra Miller continue to be the Flash? I have to say yes. I thought he did a good job. I think with because I know they said we've heard rumors that they already got the script ready for the Flash too, or already. And I guess it depends on how much money this movie makes, whether they continue on with Ezra Miller or not. So we'll see what we see. But like I said, I enjoyed him in this movie. I thought he did a good job. Again, for the most part, I really the humor in this movie really just that surprised me how much absolutely the humor that was in this movie, and I really enjoyed it. But again, like I said, there's certain spots where and certain characters I wasn't crazy for, again, which I'll talk about in the spoilers review. But overall, I did enjoy this movie, and it definitely, I guess, it did live up to my expectations in terms of what I expected to see and what I saw on the screen and what I enjoyed. I really, I did enjoy this movie a lot, and I definitely would recommend you go see it. So I would give this movie, all things considered, after all the controversy and everything else, I would give this movie, an 8. Okay, I would give it an 8. Okay, or I guess a B. I guess it would be a B. I guess I don't know if that equates right to in terms of a rating system. I would give this movie an 8 and or a B, maybe B minus for certain other things in it. I'm just trying to get. Okay, it's not a perfect movie, not by any means, but it's enjoyable, and I really like that. The humor really had me chuckling in my screen. I usually, don't expect to chuckle as much as I did in this movie, and I did chuckle a lot in this movie. This movie definitely entertained me, and me and my brother enjoyed it, and the people that went to see, that, like I said, I saw it with a packed theater today, and the people were enjoying the movie. People were laughing and just enjoying it, and it's a good time. So if this is the last movie, and I'm glad, like I said, Andy Muschietti is moving on to do Batman Brave and the Bold, because his action sequences that he filmed were just incredible. He's a really good director, and I'm glad that he's going to continue on and do the Batman Brave and the Bold. I think he'll do a great job, especially based on how he used Batman in this movie. I think he'll definitely do a great job with it going forward. Anyway, again, an 8 or B minus, I guess I would say. If I rank it letter wise, I give it a B minus. Okay, but definitely recommend go see it, go check it out. Anyway, let me know what you think of The Flash. If you've seen it, what do you think of it? Feel free to leave comments down below. I have links to my social media in the description box: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Also, I have a link to my other channel, Club Views and Opinions. If you check that out as well. Also, I have a link down below to my Patreon. I want to say a special thank you to my Patreon, which is only $5 a month. I have tons of content on there, tons of unedited content on there. I have Marvel shows on there, DC TV shows. I have The Boys Season 3 on there. I got movies. I got Star Wars shows on there as well. So follow the link to the Patreon. Check it out and join me. It's only $5 a month if you want to support me that way. I'd appreciate it. Also, give this video a thumbs up. It helps the channel, and I truly appreciate it. Also, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, so you know when I upload new content to this channel. And this is Trey Pass saying so long, and take care.